We're going on the Oasis of the Seas, and I want to share with you why we are so excited and everything that we're doing to get prepared for this cruise, because there definitely is a lot to organize before a Royal Caribbean cruise. Hi there, I'm Ilana from the website lifewellcruise.com. Welcome back to my channel. Now, I am genuinely so excited to be going on the Oasis of the Seas. It's actually been since 2012 since we've been on this ship, so it is literally 10 years later that we'll be going back. This ship is now amplified. It looks absolutely amazing. In this video, I'm going to share with you what we're doing to get prepared for this cruise. And especially if you're maybe looking at this cruise as well, these tips and things really are good for you to know as well. Now, I'll also share with you why we decided to book this cruise, but I'd also love to hear from you in the comments. If you have any questions about this cruise or this itinerary, please let me know, because I will be sharing that in future videos. Now, before I get started, I did want to mention that if you like this video, if you find it helpful, informative, or enjoyable in any way, then please do give the video a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And of course, please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. Let's get started. So why did we book this cruise? Well, this is actually going to be our second cruise that we're taking since the pandemic. And one of the things that I really liked about cruising with Royal Caribbean right now is they do have, at the time that I am booked, a 30-day final payment policy. I really like that because it gives a lot of flexibility. Soon this is going to be moving to 60 days, but still much better than some of the other cruise lines. I really did like this flexibility, and at the same time, they do still have their 48-hour cruise with confidence program. And basically what this is if there's a reason that you need to postpone or cancel your cruise up till 48 hours before your cruise, you could do that. You could move that cruise over. And that really gave me a lot of confidence when I did book this cruise that they do indeed still have this. Now, another reason that we booked this cruise is because the Oasis of the Seas is leaving from Cape Liberty. And we booked it basically in sort of late spring, so we'll be able to start having that nice weather. And I do live in Eastern Canada, which means that I can drive to Cape Liberty. This is a lot easier for me than flying or driving to Florida. I don't really want to do that. And basically this short drive does make it very convenient, and I'm really looking forward to cruising out of New Jersey. Now, a little hint for Canadians that like to shop when they are in the US, New Jersey does not have any sales tax on clothing and shoes. So consider that a little hint for all of the ladies out there, or even the men. And finally, I think the biggest reason of all is we're looking forward to having fun again on a cruise. Royal Caribbean, we've always thought, just has some of the absolute best entertainment, the best activities to do on board. And we're really just looking forward to, after this past couple of years, to getting back on a really fun cruise ship and all of that energy that we always feel when we're on a Royal Caribbean cruise. Now, I really want to be prepared for my cruise and make sure that we have the absolute best time possible and that we save some money as well. On Royal Caribbean, there's a lot of things that you can plan in advance. So that is so far what I have done. And as well, I'll share with you some things that I've done that are outside of the cruise planner on Royal Caribbean's website. Now, our itinerary is the Bahamas itinerary that leaves from Cape Liberty. Then it goes to Cocoa Beach or Port Canaveral, Florida. Then it goes to Nassau as well as Coco Cay. Even if you have a different itinerary, most of these will still apply. And I am going to share with you something that I found for Nassau as an activity or an excursion that I think you may want to check out. Now, these are not necessarily in particular order, but something that I did that I find really helpful so far is that I joined the Facebook group for the date of my sailing. So basically kind of like a roll call group. Now, what I did for this is I just searched on Facebook for the cruise ship Oasis of the Seas for the date of my cruise, and I was able to find sort of a roll call or a group that had already been formed, and I requested to join. I was able to do so. Now, in this group, people have shared excursion information, different discussion topics, really even things like the COVID protocols, and I found that that's been helpful both to look at and really even to search past post as well. Now, on Royal Caribbean, there are no options to book perks like beverage packages. However, I was aware that they do have a beverage package option that I was interested in. And Royal Caribbean often has different sales. Sometimes it's buy one and get one free. Other times it's 25, 35, or even 40% off. So I was aware of that. And so right after I booked my cruise, probably about the first thing that I did is I did take a look at the packages to see if there were any discounts. Now, at the time that I booked, there was a discount of, I believe it's 25% off the beverage packages. It's not the best discount that I've ever seen, but I did decide to book that. And actually what I booked was the combination of beverage package, deluxe beverage package, and the Voom internet package for one device per person. You do need to book this, the deluxe beverage package, for everybody in the cabin. So I did that. Now, honestly, I did have some sticker shock because this was not inexpensive. However, I did sort of calculate how much it was worth, how much we'd maybe have to drink. It does include the beverage package, not only your premium cocktails, but it also includes premium coffees, your sparkling water, and I did feel that there was value in this. Now, something I should mention is if the price is further discounted, I can still call Royal Caribbean and I can ask for the discounted price, or I can cancel that and I could rebook at the discounted price. So that's really what I was thinking. And at the same time, if you are somebody who maybe one person needs the deluxe beverage package, but the other person does not drink alcohol, if you call Royal Caribbean, something that I've been told is that they will actually allow you to buy a non-alcoholic beverage package for the person that doesn't drink alcohol, but you will need to call them and sort of to explain that. So keep in mind, you cannot share the packages. Now on the cruise planner, you also have different options for your specialty dining and some discounts as well. So do take a look, and if you have those discounts, it is a good time to book that. Now I'd love to know your thoughts. I'm looking at booking this right now, but I am genuinely sort of confused. I'm not sure. We may just book chops. We may decide to book 3 dinners at 3 specialty restaurants. I do want to try the main dining room as well. I really do actually like the atmosphere there. And I'd like to know what is actually included and how good or not good the food is nowadays. That is included. Please let me know what you've done. If you've taken a Royal Caribbean cruise recently or even not recently, what did you think of the main dining room food? Are there specialty restaurants you definitely suggest? Please let me know in the comments below. I'll be making a decision soon on that. Now you can also book photo packages, and although I'm not going to book this, I really did think that this was probably a very good value and worth looking into. Now I'll share a little more about the itinerary and the excursions that we have looked at and that we have booked, because I did decide to do something privately, so it wasn't actually on the cruise planner, at least not yet. Oh, and I almost forgot something that we did as well is we did reserve our My Time dining time. So I booked My Time dining, so it's still in traditional. And what I did is I did book 7 p.m. every single night. I know once I'm on board, I can probably make some changes. Unfortunately, the shows weren't available yet to book, so I can't really coordinate the shows and my dining time just yet. Downloading the Royal Caribbean app. So I downloaded the Royal Caribbean app today, and I did take a look at the safety information and some of the other information that's available as well. And one thing that I was really happy to see is they did have a date when the embarkation time or the embarkation check-in will be available. So in my case, that's about 6 weeks before my cruise, and it was not anything that I was able to find when I was on my cruise planner on the computer. It was something I found really in the app. So I don't know if you've sailed with Royal Caribbean before. Tell me please if you've noticed this before, but in my case, I did only see it on the app. Oh, and before I forget, I also noted this on my list. I do keep a list of pre-cruise things that I need to do. So I did put this in my 4 to 6 weeks before sailing. I put in that I need to remember to do my check-in embarkation date. Well, and in my case, I put the date there. I'll probably put that in my calendar as well. Now, if you are interested, I do have the Ultimate Cruise Planner. This includes all of the different checklists that you will probably need for your cruise, everything from the time that you booked your cruise up until your disembarkation, including cruise packing lists and more. If you are interested in having more information about the cruise planner, it is a downloadable, printable 47-page cruise planner that you can print off as many pages as you need for as many cruises as you need. Now, outside of the cruise planner, one of the things that I am doing is I'm really spending a lot of time researching what are the best things to do on the ship, what are the best foods to try, especially the free foods. I have a little bit of a thing for that. I love to know what are the free foods that are just super good to try on the cruise ship. What are the things that I should do the very first day of the cruise? So I know there's a ton of tips and tricks. And one of the ways I've been doing this is actually by watching some of the videos out there on YouTube. And I have to give a shout out to Paro DJ, because I really found some great information on their channel from a recent cruise that they did on the Oasis of the Seas. And as well, I found the shore excursion that I ended up booking in Nassau. So I'm going to tell you about it. If you are in Nassau, this might be something to look at. This is pretty new and they have an introductory price. It is the Margaritaville Resort for a Day. Now, I've done Resort for a Day in Falmouth, Jamaica a few years ago. I really loved it. Now, the thing with the Margaritaville Nassau day is it doesn't include your food or drinks. So in that way, I'm not sure how much of a good value it is, but in Nassau, I know it is an island where people debate about what to do and what is worth it to do and something that is safe to do and really beautiful. And I love Margaritaville, I have to say. So we decided to book this. I found it actually a pretty good value. I'm going to leave the information for you up on the screen if you do want to check that out, just to let you know I'm not sponsored by Resort for the Day or by Margaritaville, but I did want to share the information with you. Oh, and another good thing about the Margaritaville in Nassau is that it's only about a 15-minute walk from the cruise port, so that's pretty convenient, or you can take a short taxi ride as well. Now, another thing that I have on my to-do list that I have to say I'm not looking forward to, but is basically keeping up with these COVID protocols and organizing my testing. So I'm just waiting another little bit, but I expect that it'll still remain to be 2 days before, but I am in Canada, so I probably will test before I go. So I have to organize that locally, but I do also have to think about my testing for coming back to Canada. As of now, I do still need either an antigen test on, within 24 hours to return to Canada, or a PCR test within 3 days. Now, Royal Caribbean, I believe, does have that available at the cruise port terminal when we do leave, or perhaps it's on the ship. I really have to look into that a little bit more. There is a cost to it, so I have to find out that as well. So if you do want that information, please let me know and I'll share it with you in a future video. Now, what I'll be doing, I think, in the next week or so is I'll be looking into my hotels. I do know generally where I like to stay. I usually like to take a hotel that's in the Secaucus area. I just really like that area. When we are leaving from Cape Liberty, it's just close by to a lot of the things that we like to do in New Jersey, and especially if we do decide to go into New York City, it's super close, very easy to get in, even by public transit or by shuttle. There's a lot of hotels in that area that have a shuttle right into New York City. And like I mentioned, I do like to shop as well. And in terms of parking, a lot of people do ask me about parking from Cape Liberty, and usually I don't even bother looking at the different hotels. I just park on site because I just find that to be the most convenient to get home the day of disembarkation. And right now, the parking at Cape Liberty is $25 a car. So this is where we are with our Royal Caribbean Oasis of the Seas cruise planning so far. I do have to get on to my cruise outfit planning next and cruise packing. So that's probably the next thing, but I'd love to know from you, what would you like to see when we do go on the Oasis of the Seas? What questions do you have about cruising with Royal Caribbean? Please let me know down in the comments below. And I hope that you found this a little bit helpful if you are planning your Royal Caribbean cruise. And please, if you've gone on Royal Caribbean, share with me and all of the others anything you can, any tips and tricks. I would love to hear them. Now, I'm going to leave the information about the Ultimate Cruise Planner linked down in the description below. And just something to mention is it does include shore excursion planning forms. So this is what I used to write down everything about the Resort for the Day in Nassau, including what to do there, the price, etc. So that is something that comes included along with the other planning forms in the Ultimate Cruise Planner. So I will leave the information linked in the description below if you are interested in checking that out. Now, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please do give it a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And of course, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Bye for now, and happy cruising.